Helena's a very experienced director, and she's worked on Chekhov quite a number of times, so she really understands how to get his plays to work and how to very much bring them alive for contemporary audiences today. She's also worked on this play in different versions before. She's directed at the drama schools in the past, and this means that she's really been able to kind of hone this version of the play, which is a brand new version, to bring the play across as best as they can. So it really feels like it's a bit of a labour of love for Helena, and she brings a huge amount of experience, but also a huge amount of passion and fun to the rehearsal. So Platonov's this character who in his youth was probably something a bit of a radical, and this contemporary version of the play, we very much imagine that he was there in Moscow at the fall of communism, very much kind of behind all the kind of the feelings of a new dawn, a new hope for Russia, and then his life has kind of gone downhill, and he's ended up being this probably not very good school teacher, living in a humble schoolhouse in provincial Russia, but still very much the most interesting character in the area, and people tend to gravitate towards him. He's seen as someone who can be a little bit risque, and who can kind of be quite satirical of their lives, and so he tends to be the centre of the social circle, but he's actually underneath quite unhappy with his lot in life and frustrated with the fact that he's lost his passion for life. No, definitely not. It's a play with a huge amount of vodka, and it's quite a wild play, and it's very much a play written by a very young playwright. It was written between the ages of 19 and 20 when Chekhov wrote it, and it has that feeling of excitement, of exuberance, of perhaps kind of almost over-excitement. And in the original version of the play, it's about 6 hours long, and thankfully this is not 6 hours long. What we've done is very much cut it down and picked on certain themes, but you still get this sense of a playwright who's bursting with energy and ideas, and it's much less sedate, much less considered than some of his later work. It still has that sense with Chekhov where he's a fantastic observer of life, and for a 19, 20-year-old to have some of the insight he has into people's lives is really, really quite extraordinary, and that's definitely there. But there's also an anger and an excitement there, and that really comes across in this production, which is quite wild, it's quite bold, and it's an exciting play, a very funny play with a cast who are very fun and very creative with what they do with it.